What up, what up, what up, what up? You hear that theme music, you see these beautiful faces. We are the Let's Get Canceled podcast. I'm your boy, I'm Thommy with an H. I'm the voice of the people. I speak for y'all.
And I'm your boy, Big Tech Dog, your favorite friendly, lovable loudmouth. Hey, yo, cousin.
What up, cousin?
You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get canceled.
All right, it's going to be a short and sweet one tonight. Tonight, we have another case of One's Got to Go. We've got some of your favorite 90s sitcoms that we are going to put head to head and see which one of them is going to be out. Somebody's got to go. And cousin, I'm pretty sure this is going to be one that we will not agree on.
Absolutely not.
Usual.
Absolutely not.
But hey, we're gonna get into that shortly. But there has been some news that came out about a week or so ago involving the FS1 family. And what we're gonna do here really quickly, we won't keep you here long on this particular topic because I got to find out what your thoughts are on Joy Taylor, Emmanuel Acho, and Skip Bayless being a part of this lawsuit that came out just about a week or so ago. What are your first thoughts?
All right, my first thoughts is that's my first thought. I think I'm going to separate this out a little bit. So I want to show y'all something, right? I want to show y'all this man. Gangster. This man offered $1.5 million. $1 million to pull the chick, right? And what's her name?
It was his hairdresser. It was one of the hairdressers.
Right. I was trying to remember her name, but
Faraji is the last name. I can't pronounce the first one, but I'm just going to call her Faraji.
Well, it didn't help because if you there's something wrong with you if you offer $1.5 million to clap cheeks and the chick says no.
That to me is that's a hurt that
it goes beyond everything. It's beyond everything. No, none whatsoever.
There's no way to heal that hurt. I'm offering you $1.50 and you still say no? Like, how trash of a person do you think I have to be? It can't be anything other than you think I'm a trash person. Because $1.50, like, you can get a lot of people to do a lot of things for a lot less. And for $1.50, you still tell me no, you have to think I am a horrible person. Now,
it's bad chicks out here flying all over the country for $150 plane ticket. And here you go. You can't,
because they're now free to move across the country. they are making it happen. And for Skipper to offer 1.5 and still be turned down and then end up getting involved in a lawsuit because of it.
It's
like, that's the other part, because she says he would put his body against hers and all sorts of other direct, indirect assortment of assaults. And
have we heard anything from Skip? What Skip had to say? I ain't heard nothing.
Nothing.
I ain't heard nothing from Skip.
Now, who we have heard from was Brother Shay.
Skip. Listen, Skip.
Don't touch that girl, Skip. I told you can't fuck who I fuck, Skip.
Look, Skip. If you ain't got social media like I do, you'll accidentally be on there talking. Let me tell you something, dude.
And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you a theory that I have. As to why the whole undisputed thing broke up. So let's say this Faraji chick decides that Shannon can get some, and Skip, you offer 1.5 and you can't get it. You know there's always this, there's always that hater in the group that once you get something that he can't have, he got to make you look bad in front of people. And that's where the whole put your glasses back on thing came from. That's where the whole Tom Brady's better than you. He's better than you. That's where all of that came from. Skip is sitting there the whole time. He's not looking at Shannon. He's looking over there at the hairdresser like, this the nigga that you gonna let hit?
Hey, hold up. That's why Shannon Sharp doing the what do you call them, little pills that he been
exactly. The roast sparks or whatever they go. Hey.
Your ears be hard, your nose be hard.
And I'm telling you,
an old girl in the background going,
I think the code name for this lady between Skip and Shannon is Michelle, and I think Shannon had to be a little petty. I can't say it out loud. I can't bring it to work with me. But what I can do is let the world know the truth. You don't want me to sign. So what Shay does is Shay goes ahead, because man, it's verification for going live, and it's gonna give you a countdown and all this. Shay knew what was going on. So I cannot believe in all honesty that he did that accidentally.
Bruh, ain't no
two-way verification.
Ain't no way in this world or the next one did he do that on accident. I can't
believe it. But what
you know why I say that? No, you know why I say that is because all the work we go through to go live with this show, we know he didn't just accidentally.
I'm telling you. But what I do believe, though, is that was a message 100% for Skip Bayless. I think that was completely for Skip. I'm out of there. But Skip, you've got to understand that 1.5 you couldn't get off. Oh. That's my girl, Michelle.
Oh. He pulled the doggone Michelle. He pulled the doggone what's Brandy, brother? I hit it first.
I'm telling you, that's my theory on how that ended up going with Skip, especially because I'm seeing people say, "Oh, Skip Bayless is just cheap. He's this." And I can't believe that part of it. And for me, I understand cheap, but I also understand petty, and I also understand being angry that how you let him hit it. Back in my younger days, there was some guys who would always ask chicks like, "Why him? He don't have no money. He don't have no car. He don't have no this. Why him?" And they just said,
"Because he's not you."
And those same guys offered things and did things that I would not do, and they would still end up wondering, but I just did that. Why? I just say thank you, bro, and I appreciate it.
Every dude on this planet has gone after a chick, and for no other reason than she just not fucking with you. Like, other than that, like, and you, no matter what you did, no matter what you spend, no matter how you act,
she ain't for you.
She just ain't yours. It's just not you. And some dudes take that on the chin and go up, moving on to the next one. And there's some dudes who
why him? Why not me?
Nigga, quit being a punk and just move on.
It doesn't matter. And Skip, I just hope that Shannon got through to you.
Oh, I hope not. I hope not. I hope from the bottom of my heart, I hope that Shannon is planning another accidental live stream right now. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I hope I hope he accidentally shows up with a picture of him and the hairstylist that just leaks. But it don't need to be intimate. Just him and her.
Just invite her to a Laker game.
Right.
Take a picture with LeBron. You know how much Skip hates LeBron? You know how much Skip hates LeBron? Take a picture with him and LeBron, dude.
Oh, man. Hey, but listen. Skip wasn't the only one.
He's not the only one.
FS1 is going through some problems over there, bro. Like, so, and y'all can say what you want to about this, but I did it on purpose. And yes, I did it on purpose. This man, Acho, this man has got a problem because apparently
all he did was screw though. All he did was got some.
Hey, listen, man, that's not all.
I ain't mad at him.
I'm not mad at him either.
That's an upstanding young man right there.
That's what they say. Young man. This is an upstanding man. That's an upstanding man. He looks like an upstanding man, don't he?
He look like a brother to me. Look like a brother to me.
He does. So here's the problem. There's no impropriety with that one, in my opinion.
No.
In my opinion, him and now y'all gonna be mad at this one, but
I didn't pick him, y'all. Just know I didn't pick. Bing!
They say she was screwing everybody to get to the top.
Whatever it takes.
Now,
it takes.
I want to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
What is your take on that? What is your take on her? Or like, if it's true, if all the rumors are true, What's your take on that?
I watched a movie recently called Players Club, and there was a stripper named Ronnie that said, "Use what you got to get what you want."
Yeah.
That's my Ronnie Ho quote for this episode. Use what you got to get what you want. This young lady had been there grinding. Now, we've seen Joy with Colin Cowherd. We've seen her on parts of Undisputed. She's been there doing whatever it took to keep a job. And what she ended up doing, what it seems, was she got herself in the right room with the right people.
Yes, she did.
And
yes, she did.
She made her impression on these people however she needed to get where she wanted. She wanted the show. She got the show. She met with the right people, aligned herself with power to get where she wanted to go. And me, for one, as long as the people didn't tell her, if you don't do this, you can't have it, I think everything's above board.
And I am with you 1,000% when you're right. And I think you might be right on this one, because
I think so.
I don't think this was a situation where somebody came to her and said, in order for you have to. I think this is one of those things where she might have went to them and been like, if you, then I'll. You understand what I'm saying?
And that goes back to my question forever. Like, what came first, the trick or the whore? Was she whoring herself, technically whoring, or were they tricking on her? And my thing is, in this instance, I think it was more of her saying, hey, I'm willing to do whatever. And while we're pillow talking, because niggas get that pillow talk in them, and they will agree to any and everything after they have been drained.
Yeah,
and I believe
because they get the smelling,
making sure that they have because all that blood that rushed from your feet and your brain to your pecker, you can't run and you can't think. She got you right where she wants you. After you're drained, you can't leave her and you can't think to say no. So she just pillow talked you to death, bro.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen,
again, that's just what I would believe. And again, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Women do it all day, every day.
Every day for everything. That's the thing. Here's the problem. If a man tells a woman, in order for you to get this position, you have to suck my dick.
Right.
That's wrong.
That's wrong.
If a woman says, in order for me to suck your dick, you got to give me this position. That's okay?
In order for me to suck your dick, you have to give me this. No, that's not okay. But I don't think that's what happened. I don't think it was I don't think it was a thing of if this, then this. I think it was I'm gonna be in the room. I'm gonna make sure that I have you there. And while we're there talking, hey babe, you know what I would like? I'd like my own show in the afternoons. Doesn't that sound good? And then he just sits there unable to say no because his back has been blown.
Jesus Christ. What was going on? Wow.
Hey, you know how them Hollywood types are. You know how them Hollywood types are. They like things a little different than we do down here in the South. So I'm just gonna say he's been there, and while she got him tied up, she was like, hey, buddy.
Well, see, here's my problem with that. This is my problem with that. In the situation of like that whole quid pro quo, or that subordinate supervisor dynamic, the thought process behind it is, even though you never said to her, hey, if you want this promotion, then you have to do this, there is an implied thought process
because of the power dynamic.
Right. So if that's the case, then is it not an implied? Because if me and her just get down and then we laying there and she asks for something, or she implies that she wants a show in the evening and I have the power to give that to her, is it not an implied? Are we not in a power dynamic situation where she is in a position where it is assumed that if I don't give her what she's asking for, then I ain't gonna get the cookie no more?
No, not necessarily.
Get out of here.
Not necessarily.
Because necessarily is not, it doesn't need to be. It's not, when you say not necessarily, that's because the same thing these bosses, these rich white men say.
If I don't give him some, then I can't get the show. Or if I don't give the show, so we're both at a standstill here. What do you want more? You want this show more than I want this coochie?
But see, that's the thing. So if that's the case, then the scales are balanced. especially.
So we're gonna hold on. So you're gonna say a piece of pussy is worth a multi-million-dollar contract?
No, what I'm saying
it's worth 8 hours a week on my television.
What I'm saying is that somebody was gonna get that money anyway, right? So it's gonna go somewhere. Like it's not like, oh well, it's either I'm gonna spend this extra $8 million. No. I'm about to spend this $8 million.
So does she take the job from someone more deserving?
Is determined. So the power dynamic, in my opinion, the power dynamics are even, especially when you look like this. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's the problem. When you've got that and you're going off of
Joy Taylor be wanting to party, and sometimes you got to tell her
no.
You can't say no.
Oh. Hey, speaking of, that ain't got nothing to do with this, but did you see the clip of Cat Williams talking about Jamie Foxx?
No, I did not.
Oh,
I
sweet
did not.
baby Jesus. He talking about, oh, it was bad. I'll tell you about it later on. Okay, y'all catch that on another show. We'll talk about it another time.
A whole another episode right there.
Oh, man.
But what we have not done is discuss Emmanuel Acho.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
What did he really do other than have a relationship with Joy? Because apparently they say Joy in the lawsuit, the lady is claiming that Joy Taylor and there was a guy, I think his name was Dixon, Charlie Dixon, a Fox executive vice president. Apparently, she's saying that he had the power to promote Joy, and Acho aligned himself with Joy to get where he wanted to go. Now, I have heard some things. I was looking up some things with who was it? Jason Whitlock and Marcellus Wiley.
I don't listen to either one of them two niggas.
And they were discussing Acho, and they were just saying Acho's just a bad guy because he did not articulate to them when he got there his plans. They thought he was a teammate, and he actually came in there with a mind that I wanted my own, and he went after that. And again, he aligned himself with the leadership structure along with Joy. So if him and Joy is hunching, and then Joy goes and gets with the boss man, so now it's a dynamic between those three that forced them out because they weren't getting the funds that they wanted or the contract links that they wanted. So they ended up bowing out because they didn't get the opportunities that they wanted. And Acho is now the man on Fox Sports 1. So
and your point.
Like, so you don't think that there should be a thing between the co-workers that we stick together? You don't think there should be a camaraderie between us that, hey man, I'm here, but I'm not trying to stick with you for long, bro. You got 2 more weeks and I'm going to the bosses. I'm getting out of here. You don't think there should be a dynamic between co-workers of, especially if we're working together day for day, that, hey, bro, I'm not here for this for long. I'm not at this for long. I'm at this to get there. That's my ultimate goal. And and me and this girl over here, we're gonna go do the boss together, and we moving on.
That sounded
terrible. Again, it's Hollywood, man. It's Hollywood. You know how them Hollywood parties go, man. Did it, or did he do it? You never know.
Listen, my thing is, when it comes to coworkers, I've got coworkers that I will ride with, like I ride for. You understand what I'm saying? But that's because my character is one of which I'm not going to throw you under the bus. And if I'm getting ready to make a move out the door, I'm gonna let you know beforehand, just so you can prepare yourself. If I got a lead on a better spot, I'm gonna tell you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the expectation is I come to this place 5 days a week for 8 hours to collect a check to take care of my family. That is it. That is where loyalty stops for me with jobs, because honestly, if they need to move in a different direction, they're going to do that without any thought process to my family. Now, I will say this. The current job that I work for, I started at a time when I haven't built up FMLA, and when the issue happened with my wife, they provided an opportunity for me to keep some income coming in, even though I didn't qualify. They could have just cut ties and been like, no. You know what I'm saying? Right. So for that, it's like, I'm appreciative. But when it comes down to it, the one thing that you always hear from a job is the needs of the facility, needs of the facility, needs of the company, whatever. Cool. Well, the needs of my family. This is what it is. And if this girl over here is gonna give up to that dude over there, and I'm gonna progress because I'm cool with her. Guess what?
I'm attaching myself to that wagon.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Or as Jason Whitlock said to that peanut butter skin.
This is why I don't listen to Marcellus Wiley and Jason Whitlock. Both, they remind me of Sam Jackson's character in Django. Like that's they just it is what it is. But I find on this whole thing, bro, on this particular part is Skip Bayless is getting what he deserves, what was coming to him, and it's sad. I think somebody should go give him a hug because that's a rough thing to take. And then number two, I think that Joy, in her infinite wisdom, used what God blessed her with to get what she could get out of that situation. And I think Emmanuel is just, he's riding along because he's not like, let's be real. At least Joy is somewhat more coherent and entertaining to listen to and to watch on TV. I'm sorry, bro. Acho is not. He's
trying to find it. He's trying to figure it out.
But he hasn't found it yet. And that's the problem. And so I could see other people being upset if you were in that situation going, how is he getting promoted and getting pushed if I'm not, especially looking at his skill set.
Right.
So I can see that. But for Marcellus Wiley or Jason Whitlock, they're already, no matter where Acho is, they've already kind of climbed up. So there's no need to look down and say, hey, and that just reinforces that thought process of me with them two, where it comes to, it looks like there's another black man on his way up. Let's make sure he stays in his place.
Right.
That's how that feels to me.
And that's definitely seems to be their thought process. And then them having to, from being at that peak and then having to pivot and not knowing how to function fully without the machine behind them. Because now they're doing their own things and they're having their successes, but it is not the same as being on television every day. So I think that's where they're a little hurt. And now they're looking into legal reasonings based on this 42 pages of documentation from this young lady. But what I do really want to make my final piece on this is I hope Faraji gets everything that she wants. If all of this is true, if enough of this is true, I want her to get everything that she wants, because apparently she was just snitching in this. It's not about suing everybody. There were certain people that had to be sued for things they did to her. Other than that, she was just airing out.
She good. She
was just airing. So Joy does not care. Acho, I don't think anything's going to happen to him, because all I did was, again, it's just it's an embarrassment for the company, but I don't think there's any.
Bro, the problem is FS1 is floundering right now. Like, they're trying to find their footing.
And right now, this may be a good thing, because if you don't fire them, we're watching, because we want to. Now we want to see. We want to see. So. And I think Skip had already left the building anyway. So now it's just, we're going to see if Skip Bayless and his wife can maintain and get on about theirs. But I hope this young lady, if any of this stuff, whatever is true, I hope she gets paid for everything else, and hope she writes a book about FS1, because I'll be wanting to read that. But that's where I'm going with my last word on this, is I hope that young lady gets everything that she wants.
True. Okay. Yo, what up, man? It's your boy Big Tech Dog, your favorite friendly level loudmouth. Hey, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube page. All right. Peace. Well, listen. We got our main story for the night. One gotta go, and I'm gonna give you. Listen, man. We did this with the actors, and we could not come to a consensus. I don't think we ever got down. We were able. These things are easy to narrow down to two.
Yeah.
But and what I'm finding out is that you and I have different tastes in cinema and entertainment. Therefore, we're usually easy to be like, well, this is the non-negotiable.
Yeah, we've got
9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, they're different.
Yes.
Like my non-negotiable is different than your non-negotiable.
Yeah, definitely.
But I can see why your non-negotiable is yours, and you can see why mine is mine.
Exactly.
Where we get into trouble is when we get down to the other one. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
You can't take mine. You can't take it away just because you want to. Can't.
Right. Now, remember, this is these shows. We're going to say one of these TV shows have to go. And that means every episode, if there was a special, if there was a movie that came out of it, it's got to go. Everything not necessarily related to it, and y'all will see why I'm saying that in a minute. Not everything related to it, but everything surrounding that show. If there was a crossover with that show to another show, you have to eliminate that crossover from the other show. Does that make sense?
That episode goes. Yeah, that episode goes. Yeah,
the episode goes, not both the series. So here you go, sir. One gotta go. Fresh Prince. Martin. Family Matters. In a Different World. I will say it again. One's got to go. Fresh Prince, Martin, Family Matters, or A Different World. Where you at, sir?
I know that Martin's not going anywhere.
And I could have called that from 3 months ago. I know for a fact that no matter what, and no matter any of these things, Martin can't go for you. I understand that.
Like, Martin is in the top 4 of all time.
Top 4 what?
Sitcoms, all time.
Time out. Let's go. Who are your top 4? That's 1. So who are the other 3?
The original Cosby Show.
Okay.
Fred Sanford.
Sanford, son, got you.
And moving on up, George and Wheezy. Those might be that's probably the top 4 all time.
I'm not terribly mad at you. The only one that would hesitate, and it's hard for me to hesitate because I'm such a fan.
Sanford and Son?
Yeah. That's the only one I'd be hesitant. I can't tell you right now that I'd replace it with anything, but I don't know off the top of my head, but I know for a fact Cosby Show ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
I know for a fact, no. Sanford and Son would probably, if I came down to it,
Martin
Sanford and Son, Martin
and Sanford and Son, which one?
Sanford and Son. Yeah. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Because Sanford and Son was the same all the way through, and that was a vehicle for Red Fox to carry a sitcom, and it was just strictly on the back of his comedy and his comic timing. Him and Aunt Esther was like whatever. So you could have taken any of them out, any piece out of Sanford and Son, and left Red Fox, and it still would have worked. Martin, without the dynamic between him and Gina,
was better.
You gotta be.
Gina was so unnecessary on that show. Martin and Pam were it.
True.
Martin and
Pam was more important. But here's the thing: what character on Sanford and Son, if you took them out, would have ruined Sanford and Son outside of Red Fox? Not there isn't one.
Because they weren't always. Nobody was always there.
No, only one was Lamont.
Even when Lamont had to leave, there was somebody else.
Right. When he had the little Spanish dude in there. Remember the Chico? Julio. Yeah. But with Martin, I can see you taking Gina out. I can see you taking Thommy out. I can see you taking Cole out. But if you took Pam and all of them, it's kind of rough. You understand?
Well, I don't know, because you could have an episode without Pam and have Martin and Cole and Thommy in their hijinks. You had
to have them. That's the thing. You had to have them. You could have had an episode of
Red by himself.
Red Fox going through a day with customers at the junkyard or out in whatever, and it would have been hilarious.
Martin on the radio, and then Martin playing all of his characters. Nigga, they had an episode where Martin was Shannon for damn near the whole episode on the Kid and Play jump.
You're right. But he had to bring in special guests.
Nigga, they could have had her dating anybody. It was just funny because it was Shannon. We didn't care about who she was dating. They could have put anybody on the dang on Love Jones episode. It didn't really matter.
Nigga.
Oh, it mattered because it was Kid.
Yeah.
Nigga, she said forever Shanae, nigga. She ain't say nothing about kidding. Bro.
Oh my goodness.
You gotta take a 40 to the head. Bro, like that is that all right, so that's my non-negotiable. That one is staying no matter what. Who's yours?
Oh, without a doubt, Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince stays.
Fresh Prince stays. And Fresh Prince against
everybody.
Against all of them. Like that was, if you came down to it and I had to pick, I picked Fresh Prince strictly because it was music. And if the show didn't revolve around music, but you sent me a clip like not long ago, and it was just a picture of, and I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna describe it. I'm not gonna, don't put this up in nothing. I'm gonna describe it.
I'm gonna put
Will
it up.
Smith. Will Smith.
Describe it. I'm gonna put it up.
Will Smith is sitting down with a wig, a curly wig, cocked over the side like this, and he's sitting like this, and on what looks like a tricycle. I'm gonna give y'all 2 seconds. Y'all know exactly what episode I'm talking about. Right? I'm stuck in the basement sitting on a tricycle, girl getting on my nerves. Going out of my mind, I thought she was fine. Don't know if her body is hurt. Come on, man.
It's instant. As soon as you see it, you hear that. I understand.
Right.
You hear that.
Right. And so to me, that show, and I said because it's music, I meant because, you know, Q and Will Smith is coming in, and DJ Jazzy Jeff in this show, bruh. The Jazz, unsung hero, bro. Jazz is the unsung hero of this show.
Jazz was special. Jazz was special.
And it brought us one of the greatest TV fathers of all time in Uncle Phil, James Avery. It was like, because James Avery was closer to my pops than Bill Cosby was,
100%.
than Heathcliff Huxtable was. 100%. Like, because it was a educated businessman operating in the world, but taught to you not up here, but not down here. It wasn't like around the world. The closest Heathcliff Huxtable came for me was when Theo had that breakdown and said, "How about you just love me for my father?" He said, "That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life." That was the closest. But to me, Uncle Phil was every day was that could have happened at my house. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? I wasn't going to do half the stuff that Will Smith did, but that could have happened at my house.
Yeah. But I will say, still, Cosby Show is still goated.
It absolutely is. Like, the Cosby Show is like top 3 or 4 of all time. Like,
maybe number one. I'm going number one. I'm probably gonna put that number one. Probably gonna put that one number one.
You can make a good argument for that, and I probably would
as
agree
much
with
as
you.
As much as Heathcliff Huxtable would talk to his kids and give them that, Claire, she was mama. She was our mama.
Now Claire reminds me of
she was our
that
mother.
whole just run off at that when she would get mad and be like, do that thing. Elvin was going off with Vanessa
talking about, oh, you had big fun with the wretched.
Right.
Like, I see my mother in those moments.
Oh, yes, sir.
My sisters having that.
Oh, yes, sir.
So yeah, like, as much as like that part of life, and again, they tackled a couple of things, but it wasn't no like hood shit. And my parents didn't have to deal with us on no real hood shit.
No, not really.
Hood shit we was doing.
I'm gonna tell you the craziest thing I did that my parents did, and I think you have a similar story, but yours wasn't as out. I don't think. Me and my boy Breeze and my boy Biz, rest in peace. We I think Breeze was working like day labor in cleaning like hotel rooms or something like that. It was something crazy. But he would get the little hotel liquor bottles.
Mm-hmm.
D had a grocery bag full of these little liquor bottles, right?
Oh boy.
I'm at the house and we get ready to go out of town somewhere. So I'm upstairs getting ready or whatever. D's downstairs. These kids, these guys are like family. Like, my mom and daddy would be like, don't have nobody in my house when I'm not here. but there was an exception for D and
Right.
B.
Like,
right? You know what I'm saying?
You already understood.
So I come downstairs. Ain't nobody home but us, right? I come downstairs, and on the bar in the kitchen is all these little bottles lined up. And I mean, there were dozens. And I'm like, yo, it's about to go down. So we talked. We went outside. I think we might have burned something or whatever. And then we come back in. We get in the car. We roll out, right? It's all good. I'm halfway to where we going. Phone rings. It's my pops. Hello? Can you explain to me why there are so many bottles of alcohol? I'm like, nigga, you left the bottles. Yo, we just set it up and we like, and left them all there. Like, so when you get a Uncle Phil or a Dr. Huxtable who would go off about something stupid that you were doing with your stupid friends, I relate to that.
You do.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, but that's not the question. Like, I think we both agree. Number one, the Cosby Show ain't on this list.
It's not on this list, so it doesn't matter.
And I'm not mad at your Martin. And hopefully you're not mad at my friend.
I'm not. Now throw that back up there. Let me see again. All right, so Martin and Fresh Prince Day. So this is a battle between Family Matters in a Different World in our heads.
It is.
And if one has to go,
oh boy.
Get those non-acting Winslow kids the hell up out of there. They already got rid of Judy. So get the rest of them the hell up out of there. And that's my final answer. And again, there's a legitimate reason for it. It's not because the shows, they can't act worth shit.
I'm sorry. Listen.
Eddie Winslow sucked as an actor.
Agreed. But
Laura Winslow sucked as an actress.
Not as bad as
Lil Richie.
I agree.
As an actress.
Who?
Lil Richie. Ain't that his name? Richie?
Yeah.
He sucked. When Judy was on the show, she sucked. And then she got off the show, grew up,
she sucked
elsewhere.
Yeah, right. So wait a minute though. I can say the same thing. To me, A Different World, the only good actors on that show in the beginning was Vanessa, Jasmine Guy,
Dwayne Wayne.
You got so
Ron Johnson.
Dwayne Wayne was not a good actor until 3 seasons in.
Oh,
you are outside of your mind.
But
you are outside of your ever-loving mind.
I would say the character wasn't great, but the acting was on point.
You are nuts. Great. His acting was equivalent to Laura, nigga.
What?
Now the difference is
Ron
that
Johnson?
Family Matters had what is his name?
Reggie
Johnson. He was a phenomenal actor, and I think the mama on there, she was a great actress.
Harriet was. I remember Harriet from Perfect Strangers. I remember her from Perfect Strangers.
Yes. She anchored that show, and the grandmama was what, nigga? The grandmama was. Come on, bro.
You just like old black people. You just like old black people. That's all.
I do love old black people, but that's beside the point. That's beside the point.
Passes that they should not have because they were. Grandma was not the best actor. She was not.
No, not the best. No, not the best. I think the best actor, on that show was Harry.
Character on A Different World. Colonel Taylor's character on A Different World.
Yep.
Lou and at the pit.
Yes.
With the games.
Yeah.
If you want some old people, like, bro, like these are staples. Like, come on, bro.
But they didn't anchor the show. They didn't hold the show together. They were bit part players for most of the show. And then so the main cast, main cast was garbage.
You know what the main cast of Family Matters turned into?
Steve Urkel.
Urkel and Reggie. That's it. The rest of them were just background characters. It was Urkel and Reggie Vale Johnson.
Season one of Family Matters. And when I say season one, I know I can't or you can't remember exactly what happened in season one of either one of these shows. But I can tell you when I say season one, I mean your initial introduction to these shows. You're telling me that A Different World was better initially than Family Matters.
Yes, because
what is in that cup, bro?
He on the initial shows. Urkel wasn't the main part.
You still drinking that Social House? Is that what you're doing? I believe that's what you're doing.
Urkel wasn't the main figure early on in the show.
Right. I understand.
That show was terrible. Before Urkel got there.
No, sir.
It was unwatchable before
Urkel was in the first season. He just wasn't. He came in. I want to say halfway through the first season, or something like that.
Supposed to be a one-off character, and they realized once he got on film that we got to move this towards him. So season 2, he got there, but season 1, that shit was unwatchable without Urkel.
Okay, so you mean like I hear what you're saying, and I'm not.
Lisa Bonet would make you sit there and watch A Different World. I didn't care if she was saying a word or not.
Yeah, I give you that. Lisa Bonet was on A Different World for what, 2 seasons? 1 season, 2 seasons?
Yeah, 2 seasons.
And then what happened? So you tell me
the show got greater.
Oh, you are better. It did get better when she left. It got better when she left. Yes,
they got rid of Maggie and they focused the show on the others, because you remember what's the girl name? The white girl that was on there, Maggie. She played the girlfriend on My Cousin Vinny. I can't remember her name right now. But they fired her off the show. They fired the light-skinned girl.
Marissa
Tomei, yeah. They fired the light-skinned girl that was Whitley's little underling. They brought in Kimberly Reese. They brought in Cree Summers. They locked that cast up. And the other thing they did was they brought in Debbie Allen. They
made them have to learn how to act. So it evolved into a good show.
Their grooves and who they were going to be. Just like they did on
Family Matters was good. Family Matters was good all the way through until the last season.
They never learned to act. Eddie Winslow still can't act to this day.
That's true, but they keep putting them in bad wigs and giving them a microphone and letting them sing. I seen this jump.
That boy swore he was gonna get a record deal.
I thought he was too. Like, honestly, I was like, I thought Eddie Winslow was gonna be Jamie Foxx before Jamie Foxx was Jamie Foxx.
But you knew he couldn't sing for real. Like you knew Eddie Winslow couldn't sing.
Yeah.
You knew he couldn't sing.
Yeah. I feel like Eddie Winslow has a voice that I keep saying Eddie Winslow. What's this man's real name? It don't matter.
It's Darius McCrary.
Yeah. So now he's screwing trannies and still trying to
more power to
you. The problem is that I think they took him out of his comfort zone. You ever heard a singer who you thought was really good and then they gave him a song to sing? You go, why did you pick that song of all things? Like, why are you all the way up here in the Raptors?
Why are you trying to do so much? If you stay here and you'll be okay.
Bring your cell phone back down and do what you gotta do. But that ain't the point. Singing or no singing. I felt like Family Matters. Like I literally, A Different World, if it came on right now, I'm gonna watch it. Like don't get it twisted. I don't think A Different World is a terrible show. I think it's a good show. I think it's a great show. But I distinctly remember niggas gonna have some fun, show you how it's done, TGIF. Nigga,
you remember the songs? You remember TGIF?
What?
You know what I remember most about TGIF?
Step by step.
Ashley, nigga. That's who I remember.
Oh, no.
I remember Mary Kate and that. I remember the Bayless TV show. Uncle Jesse, Uncle Joey, and Danny. That's the show I remember. Watching black folks on TV, I get it, but I already had Theo. I already had Rudy. I already had Vanessa. I already had Sandra. I'm good. I had Denise.
So you decided to follow, what's her name, to school outside of the Cosby Show. You're going to follow home to college.
I'll follow that ass in the mall, boy. No idea what it is. What's up? Tell you.
Okay.
And when she got there, but again, when you think of the different world, like the Baby Please episode with Dwayne Wayne and Whitley, like classic moments. Like you don't really have no classic moments on Urkel. Other than him coming out of Stefan or Kel.
The greatest moment on the
when he was crossing folks up playing basketball?
No. This is when Reggie Bell Johnson, as cop, he's his son, Eddie done got this is where I knew Eddie couldn't act because he had got harassed by the cop. You remember this episode?
I remember.
And so what's the name had to confront the dude at the restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, to me, that was on par. Like his what's his name's acting in that one was on par with Uncle Phil at the jail with Fresh Prince on the Fresh Prince.
Do you remember
the difference is is that Will Smith's acting over there was great. Eddie Winslow was just horrible. Right? So he didn't have anybody to lean on in the scene. You understand what I'm saying?
But do you remember Dwayne Wayne, Homecoming, in the jail with the racist white boys? So my man, you don't remember that episode?
I thought it was terrible. I thought he was horrible in that. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like, come on, bro. You know better. You ain't never met nobody who talked like that ever in life, nowhere. And you've been all over the country.
What?
Come on, man. You know this, man. You know this, brother. you know this. Come on.
Yeah, you go.
That nigga sound like a cartoon character. And you know it. You know it. You
and then, but there's more. There are more great episodes. The episode where Gina
just picked the bad one.
Gina from Martin. But let's think of like how many bad episodes were there? There are many. There were whole seasons of horribleness that you can associate with Family Matters. Seasons.
But how many seasons? Let me see. How many seasons were there of A Different World? Because I'm distinctly remembering like A Different World falling way off, and then it just being 2 or 3 seasons worth of hot garbage.
When they brought on Tupac, you mean?
That was bad.
And that was a great episode. That was a great episode.
That was bad. Let's see here. A Different World.
6 seasons sitcom from 87, starting in 87. But yeah, they brought in Will Smith's wife. They brought in some other folks in
Will Smith pretend wife.
Well, they married and they ended up bringing Tupac on the episode, and that shit right there went down. And that was hilarious, fun, dude. You can't get dog. Come on.
I'm sorry, bro. Like
Urkel had to go into the chamber to change himself. That of those things.
TV. That was great TV. That was great TV at the time. Now looking back on it, you're like, that was garbage. But at the moment, at the time, nigga, Stefan Urkel, nigga, I don't care what you say. I went to school and it was plenty of niggas who was walking around with an extra little something on their step. That's when you was wearing them extra big suits, like the suits that was just two sides.
All the Steve Harveys.
Yeah, man, that's where it was at. And you know,
y'all were a bunch of Steve Harveys. Now that's one thing I can say. Now it did make Black folks understand that sometimes we are nerds too. We ain't all jocks, and so it did give a portrayal of something Black that was goofy, positive. I get that, but I was telling you earlier, there was an impact of A Different World during the show's run. HBCU enrollment increased by 26%. Like this showed you the Black college experience gave you some real life understandings of things that go on. They touched on the cultural thing. They touched on the AIDS. They touched on the gay. They touched a whole lot of stuff. Like they were the first place on TV that you were going to see condoms.
Let me tell you why I hate niggas. Let me tell you about you niggas. What happens is we have a conversation about entertainment, and all of a sudden now your show is better because it increased HBCU enrollment. Half the niggas who went to HBCUs know. I want to know how many of them niggas who went to HBCUs after seeing A Different World actually went and stayed and graduated versus how many went because they saw A Different World, got there and realized, oh, this is a different world for real, and went back home and worked at McDonald's.
It's probably the same amount that went to the PWIs and flunked out.
Yeah.
But I'd much rather you flunk out with us than flunk out with them. I'd much rather you come over here and get this piece of culture first. I'd much rather come in and get some understanding, get somebody who at least gonna try to help you out, other than who's gonna sit over there and just watch you flunk out.
And we're gonna credit a different world.
Ended up sending their kids to that HBCU.
And we're gonna credit A Different World with that.
You're damn right. Why not? There's got to be some causation and correlation. Yeah.
No, correlation does not equal causation.
It does not. That's why I said and. That's why I said and. I was including them, but I said causation and correlation.
All right,
exactly.
So,
I knew what your next thought was going to be. I already knew where you were going to go, and that's why words have meanings. That's why I said
yeah.
Included in.
Salute.
Yes, sir. But I will say this much. There is no sane person that's going to believe that Family Matters is better than A Different World. I'm gonna leave it there. No way. There is no way that you could see. You're putting yourself in that hug yourself position.
Listen,
hey, listen, those jackets.
Let's be real. I'm gonna be real with you for right now. If you're talking about cultural impact and stuff like that,
pure entertainment value.
Even we just pure entertainment value, absolutely not. Family Matters all day and twice on Sundays. Like, I don't care what you say, bro. Like, that's not going to change.
By
like,
the third that I do that, it's time to change the channel.
Yeah, if there were 3-4 of them in one episode, but there weren't. There weren't. That was just a tagline. Listen, man. Steve Urkel versus Dwayne Wayne. Dwayne Wayne. Now, I will tell you this. I had the glasses, nigga. I had the glasses. Flick it. I had them, nigga.
You had them.
I had them. But here's the problem. Here's the thing. If you said right now, like, hey, on channel 5 is, well, at the time, right back then, if you say on channel 5, Family Matters, on channel 7, A Different World, please understand that I'm going to watch both. A Different World gets turned to during my Family Matters commercials, and I'm going back and forth to check to see when Family Matters comes back on. Versus on your side, you probably watching A Different World, and then you would only change during the commercial, and then you're still checking back to see.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you this here. I've never had experiences as Steve Urkel had. My life has never been filled with experiences of just random bullshit. But I have had college experiences. I've had school experiences, and not even just school, because A Different World, you could equate that shit to going to a high school that had a lot of Negroes in it. Same type things go on in high school and colleges.
True.
I never really identified with the Dwayne Wayne character. I will say that much. I never identified with that guy. Ron motherfucking Johnson was beat. Even during my college days.
I can see that. I can see it. He was a little bit lighter, but I can see it.
Much lighter.
I can see it.
But me and that young man had us a
because hijinks. With that just see, because it was never goofy. Like, so all right, this is how I see you in sitcom world. I think you're a perfect mix between Thommy and Cole from Martin. You're not Martin. Like, in that situation, I feel like I would be Martin, you would be Thommy and Cole mixed together. Not as in my hijinks. It's gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? In A Different World, I feel like you're Cole, because Cole wasn't goofy, he wasn't stupid. He was just in it, and he could make some things happen. Yeah, I always feel like
Ron Johnson was always about the bag. He was about the broads, and he was about getting over. And he was trying to get over.
You're right.
That was my college experience.
But in that situation, at that school, in that situation, I wouldn't be any of them. I'd probably be Sinbad. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But in Family Matters, I don't know that I would.
You don't identify with any of them.
Right.
You can't be Geraldo, Faldo. You can't be Eddie. You can't be, you know who
nigga, I forgot about Geraldo, Faldo. How did I forget about nigga? That's it. Oh my god, bro. Geraldo, that was hilarious. Because if I've been around stupid people like
you have. We have.
Like, we know stupid people like that who are just, you keep them around, and the entire time they're around, you're just like, nigga, I can't believe you really believe that, or I can't believe you really said that.
And they don't think anything's wrong with it. They go right along.
But if they weren't around, right then, you and I both, we know, you know a guy, and I know him through you, who out of his face, this man, I remember we were somewhere, we were on at an apartment, and we were all there, and I think it was me, you, Doc, him, this gentleman, I'm not gonna say his name, but he told me, he said he had been just started taking a Spanish class, but he didn't know too much Spanish. All this nigga knew how to do is say, mami, mira, ven aquí, ven. So we go out on the balcony, right? We're not on the balcony, but a little walkway out front. And there was these Spanish girls came up. He's hollering random Spanish stuff. And he's like, mami, ven aquí. And she looked at him and went, oh, rolled her eyes, went back in the house and closed the door. As she's closing the door, he yells out, and I quote, it ain't like I'm no rapist. You, Thommy with an H says, that means you are.
That was the dumbest thing, man. Shout out to the homie.
Hey, that was the dumbest thing I ever heard a man ever utter out of his face without realizing how bad it sounds. Like, it's plenty of times you say something stupid and then you have to go, oh, wait, that's not what I meant. It complete blank face. It never struck him at all.
So serious. He was so serious.
But that's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm talking about that type of action. I have been in those situations many times, many more times, Family Matters situations than A Different World situations. Like many more times. This is so much closer to me.
Yeah, I've had more Dwayne Wayne, Ron Johnson interactions. Me and the homies just on some old, let's try to figure something out on some quick flip and end up in a bad space. Yeah,
but that was Eddie Winslow. That was Eddie Winslow trying to do that type of stuff in on Family Matters. Like, not to the same.
Eddie was just a punk kid. Eddie was a punk kid. That's all he was.
But Ron Johnson appeared like he was the in that situation, the punk kid who got to college.
Ron was just out there in college, finally away from home, and I'm trying to go hunch. I'm trying to hunt. I'm not trying to do no schoolwork. And again, this is me in West Virginia. I'm not trying to do no schoolwork. I am trying to be off in that dormitory over there. There's a party going on. Let's go there. Hey, we're gonna start. Hey, let's go over. We're gonna go find a way to make some money. We're gonna find a way to get some coochie. And we're gonna find a way. And we're gonna find a way not to do any schoolwork.
Hey, listen, man. And again, I think we're there. We're there. We're at the same spot that we were at with the actors.
And the people get to decide. The people
get to decide. Listen, if y'all please let us know. If you get on here and you comment and say that Martin's got to go or Fresh Prince got to go, please understand that I'm going roast you. But between these two, between Family Matters and A Different World, y'all please let us know which one can go and which one's got to stay. All right. Also, as a side note, we got a giveaway going right now.
We got the giveaway going. We've got a couple of them that have been claimed, so there aren't many left. So definitely better get in where you fit in if you made it this far. But yeah, so get you a good flask and a good shot glass and something else in the package for you. But we've got something we got to mail out already. Yep. So y'all need to get yourselves together and get it in where you can. Yes, and maybe we'll just have to put in another order soon.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all. Make sure that if you like what we're doing right now, man, like, comment, subscribe to our page. Make sure that you share it with a friend, man, so they know what's going on over here. Y'all join in on us and laugh with us as we debate on why Thommy is wrong all the time. So, yeah. But anyway,
I say I'm the voice of the people. I speak for y'all, and I know.
And so y'all might want to get some more people.
Y'all out here on that bullshit with no Urkel.
Hey, y'all better hurry up and get some more people in here because he over here speaking for y'all and making y'all look real dumb. So y'all. Hey, listen, cousin, man, I love you, boy.
Love you too, man.
This is a blast. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching, man. Thank y'all for riding with us. Make sure you let somebody else know. We'll see y'all again next week. You know how we get down.
Yes, indeed. We got to get up out of here. Love y'all. Peace.